Welcome, dear students, to this new video in which I will be guiding you to develop the different types of sentences and write them correctly. Let's start looking at the mind map I just provide you with the information you need to manage in order to write all of these sentences. The first example I gave you were the declarative sentences in which I explained that they express a statement or they convey a message. We can have simple and compound sentences. I gave you the difference, which is that the simple sentences are using only one verb and the compound sentences use more than one verb, in this case, two. So according to the examples I gave you, it is now our turn to work on new sentences. So in the following Google Slides, I will be giving you step by step all of the rules that you need to remember in order to write them. Let's start with the declarative. We can add a subject. In this case, we will work with you. We will add a verb, which in present will be work. So you were there in a short complement way. This declarative statement is a simple example because I'm just using work on the sentence. In the other case, I will be using now Susan travels to Mexico and David goes to Japan. In this case, I'm using travels and goes as two action verbs into the sentence, which makes it a compound sentence. After analyzing the declarative statements, we need to remember that something else that we were studying were the interrogative statements. In this case, we are basically writing interrogative statement to ask a question. Remember that on every single grammatical structure, there are some differences. For example, in the case of present, past, and will, in the case for future, there are different auxiliary verbs. In the case of the present tense, I will be using the auxiliary verb does. I will be applying he to be the pronoun. Does he work here will be the question in present tense. I'm applying that correctly because I have the auxiliary verb plus the pronoun, next the action verb, and then the complement, and I don't need to forget the use of the question mark. Did he work here is going to be the same sentence but in past. Will he work here is my future form. So one more time, what you need to remember from here is the use of the auxiliary verbs correctly into the correct grammatical structure. Finally, to show you how to create a sentence using the imperative is just a manner to review that we are asking for requests or giving commands to people. So in this case, we are firstly providing the verb and nouns, or in this case, in negative also, the use of do plus not. In the case of an affirmative imperative statement, I will use do your task. I'm giving this order, for example, to my son. In the other case is a negative form. Don't go there yet. I'm then making a provision. Taking this into account, guys, now it is your turn to work on some types of sentences. So you will provide at least 5 examples on each one, create a Word document, and submit it. In the next video, I will be showing you how to create paragraphs using the 3 types of structures based on the types of sentences. See you soon.